Absolutely. Yo, yeah, I'm Marcel Francis. I'm here with Taylor Bennett. Taylor, thank you for taking a couple minutes of your time to come and speak with me. You're talking about your new album, which you gave us a little bit of a snippet of coming of age. Can you give us a little bit of kind of a background of what inspired you to create your new project in the album? And also, how was it coming up with the? I guess I can say, what's your process musically of coming up with new music?
I think like the process of it for the new project was really a lot of mental, physical work. So I did a lot of fitness, a lot of working out, but I also had a lot of time to sit and think mentally in terms of, the things that I want to do, eating better, sleeping more, all that good stuff. So yeah, I think a lot of that really went into this project, and it's also about, where I'm at in my life, the age that I'm walking into, all of those things surrounding made this project.
That's awesome. And definitely, of course, when you're being a music musician and being an independent musician as well, I think a lot of part, as you said earlier on stage, I was underestimated is the business aspect of the music business as well. Tell me how that is being an independent artist and learning, and how it was learning about that side of business, and also how it was managing, or actually, no, you are still managing your brother, Chance the Rapper, as well.
It's not the easiest thing, I'll tell you. It's funny. And I had to learn it. It's one of the first things, but I didn't just have to learn it with Chance. I learned it with artists that I worked with before, like Bianca Shaw, or like, Ezekiel, or Zeke, XXX, the guitarist from Chicago. It's a funny thing when you manage people, it's different from you being the artist yourself, right? Because when you're the artist yourself, you're like, this is what makes sense, let's do it.
Yeah.
But when you manage, it's more of like saying, this is what I think, and then a lot of times, whatever the ultimate situation is, or always, it's the artist's. So I think that was one of the first things that I realized when I started working with Chance was like, how can I still put my vision, add this to what he's doing, but still allow his creative, works and everything that he's doing to keep flowing. And the way that I found to do that is to wait for him to come to me and say, this is the project that I have, and then offer ideas on top of that. Sometimes it's okay to come and say, hey, I got this idea, we can do this. Yeah. But most of the time it's about taking care of what his vision is, less than putting the vision out there,
Right. So it's still about coming up with your biggest, brightest ideas as well, but also putting into perspective and scaling back.
Exactly.
Too. Okay.
Exactly. And standing back. I like you said that, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, also speaking of with yourself, you also partnered with Champion for Be Yourself.
Yeah.
I just bought some merch myself. It's great quality.
Thank you, man.
Definitely worth the money, 100%.
Thank you.
What inspired the campaign to partner with Champion?
Well, you know what? In the last 3 to 4 years, I've had like a really big physical change, I feel like, in my life in terms of dieting, eating, sleeping, what I watch, what kind of music I listen to, conversations that I have, stress, like anger, like all of those different things. I've been kind of moving them or just reorganizing them into different places. So with this partnership, I wanted to make sure, one, for the business, there's bundling and like upsell. So when I sell a hoodie, I sell a project, even though the project's not out yet, which is good, right? But then also, I think the bigger thing is I wanted to do something that represented where I am now. So it probably didn't make the most sense for it to be something that was just about the album.
Right.
Or it to be something that didn't have anything to do with mental or physical health. And this is more of like, as you see this isn't as much physical as it really is just comfortable and like lounge, like you said. So you have the option of, if you want to work out, you can work out in it, or you could just sit on the couch and eat some chips. Like, what I'm saying? It's not like a forceful thing. It can be fashionable, it can be chill, but it can also be, if you want,
Yeah, because that's what I feel too. There's like variety.
Variety.
You can wear this with a lot of outfits as well.
For sure.
Great. It's a great design as well. I love it, honestly. This
Thank
might be
you,
the best
man.
strip I have, and I just bought it, to be honest.
My dude, I appreciate that,
Absolutely.
man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Taylor.
Love, man.
And my last question for you is, I was just on your Instagram, and I kept seeing a really cool hashtag called the Independent Bennett's. Tell me what that's about, and how you came about creating that name.
So what's really interesting about it is that, my brother and I have been independents in the industry for, I would say, at this point, probably coming up on a decade. And we've done all types of stuff. We've done the NBA All-Star Games. Chance has done the Grammys. I've done Good Morning America. We've both done Good Morning America. We've both done like every Tonight Show, Wild and Out. And there's so many different experiences and steps that we've taken. But I think the ultimate goal, and this is why I'm a fan of Jay-Z, is to create the blueprint. Right? And I mean that with all puns intended, because it's, if you don't teach people how to do what you're doing, then did you ever really do it? And in a business and an industry where us as black people are the minority, always, if one person out of 100 people makes it into a room, did we really make it? No. And I think that that's the whole thing, is figuring out how not to just want to have all this money, but knowing how you gain that money so you can teach it to other people, because sharing is cool, but being able to teach somebody how to catch a fish on their own is always more rewarding. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, 100%.
Let's say, give a man a fish, he eats a day. Teach a man how to fish, he eats forever.
Eats forever. Again, and Taylor, thank you again, of course, the Coming of Age project coming out in April. Correct, around that time.
Coming in April, man.
Okay, awesome.
Can't wait, man.
Hey, Brandon, thank you so much. We appreciate it.